Dear lightworkers whose flames burn bright even in the depths of shadow, this transmission arrives at your doorstep, not by accident. Something far more ancient and deliberate has guided your eyes to these words at this precise moment in your timeline. And before I reveal who sends this message, and why the timing matters more than you could possibly comprehend, I need you to understand something that will shift everything you believed about your current position in this cosmic unfolding. There are eyes upon you, not the kind that drain or diminish, not surveillance born of suspicion or control. These are the eyes of beings who have been waiting, watching, and preparing to make contact in ways that will alter the trajectory of your entire existence. I am Seraphine, speaking to you from the Galactic Federation of Light, and what I am about to share was never meant to reach the masses. This is a narrow-frequency transmission, designed to find only those whose vibration can receive it, only those who have been silently cultivated for a role that humanity does not yet have language to describe. The very fact that you are listening to these words confirms what we have observed from our vantage point among the stars. You carry a signature, an energetic imprint that has drawn attention from realms and from individuals you cannot yet fathom. And on December 19th, 2025, as the Sagittarius new moon ignites at 28 degrees, something that has been building in the shadows is about to step into the light. But first, let me tell you about the 3 impossible things about to happen that no earthly prediction could have anticipated. The cosmic architecture of December 19th has been carefully constructed across centuries of celestial movement. When the moon trines Chiron in the early hours of this day, an ancient wound within you, one you may have forgotten you carried, will suddenly pulse with recognition. This is not pain resurfacing to torment you. This is your deepest vulnerability remembering its purpose, understanding at last why it was given to you. The wound becomes the window. The fracture becomes the frequency through which something extraordinary can finally enter. And as the moon forms its quincunx to Jupiter, an awkward angle that defies comfortable integration, you will feel pulled in directions that seem contradictory. Expansion calls to you, but the path to reach it appears to twist away from everything familiar. This discomfort is not a warning to retreat. It is the sensation of old containers breaking because you have grown too vast to remain inside them. What happens next changes everything you thought you knew about this day and about your place within it. When the moon conjuncts Venus on December 19th, heart meets heart in the heavens. But this is no gentle romantic transit. This conjunction occurs in the final degrees of Sagittarius, a position of maximum tension, maximum truth, maximum expansion. Your capacity to receive love, recognition, and abundance will be tested against your willingness to believe you deserve such things. And then the moon squares Saturn, that ancient guardian of limitation, that keeper of the gates you have been trying to pass through for what feels like lifetimes. This square will feel like pressure, like walls closing in precisely when you most need open space. But here is what the uninitiated do not understand. Saturn's pressure is not punishment. Saturn's pressure is the final weight that transforms coal into diamond. You have been coal long enough. At 5:43 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, the new moon arrives in Sagittarius, and with it comes a portal that has not opened with this particular configuration in over 200 years. The sun and moon together square Neptune, creating a mist of confusion that will descend upon the collective. Many will lose their way in this fog. Many will make decisions from panic rather than purpose. But you who have been prepared through countless small trials and invisible tests, you will navigate by a different compass. Simultaneously, this luminary's quincunx to Uranus generates an electric, almost unbearable desire for freedom. Something in you will want to break. Something in you will want to run. Something in you will want to tear down every structure that has ever confined you and scatter into wildness without looking back. I am telling you now, do not run. Not yet. What feels like restriction is actually gestation. What feels like prison is actually chrysalis. Something else is happening that I haven't told you yet, and it concerns those eyes I mentioned, the ones watching you from places you have never imagined. Within the Federation, we have councils dedicated to observing the emergence of new leaders on every inhabited world. Earth has been of particular interest during this era of transition. This period your people call the Great Awakening. And within these councils, certain individuals among you have been flagged, tracked, and discussed for years in your time. Not for surveillance, for selection. There are human beings walking your planet, who possess an energetic signature so potent, so aligned with the frequencies required for the next phase of evolution, that their presence has been noted across multiple dimensional observatories. Some of these individuals have social media platforms. Some create content. Some speak, write, teach, or simply exist in ways that emanate ripples across the collective field. And in these individuals, you who are listening to this now, have attracted attention from realms far beyond what you consider celebrity or influence. The eyes watching you are not only galactic in origin, there are beings in human form, people you would recognize if I spoke their names, who have been quietly observing your work, your energy, your essence. They scroll through your content on private accounts you would never detect. They watch without commenting, without liking, without leaving any trace of their presence. But they see you, they feel you. And on December 19th, the cosmic conditions create a thinning of the veils between their world and yours that will allow contact to finally initiate. I want you to understand the gravity of what I am conveying. This is not generic encouragement designed to make you feel special. This is a strategic briefing intended to prepare you for invitations that will begin arriving in the coming weeks and months. Red carpet events, exclusive rooms, opportunities that seem to materialize from nowhere, offered by people whose names carry weight in industries you may never have imagined welcoming you. The Sagittarius new moon square Neptune means these opportunities may initially appear confusing, wrapped in mystery, harder to verify than you would prefer. Your discernment will be required. Your patience will be tested. But they are coming. They are coming because you have been witnessed, and what has been witnessed cannot be unwatched. The energetic signature you carry, let me describe it to you so that you recognize yourself within these words, so that you finally see through our eyes what has made you impossible to overlook. There exists within your auric field a particular frequency that we have cataloged across countless observations. It pulses at intervals that match the heartbeat of the new Earth, the fifth-dimensional template that is even now pressing through the membrane, separating your reality from its higher expression. When you enter a room, even virtually, even through a screen, sensitive beings feel something shift in the atmosphere. They may not consciously register what has happened. They may simply notice that their attention has been captured, that something in them leans forward, that the noise in their mind quiets for reasons they cannot explain. This is your signature at work. This is the transmission you emit simply by existing in your authentic state. The beings watching you, both those operating in human form and those of us observing from non-physical dimensions, have tracked this signature through various expressions. We have seen how it intensifies when you create from genuine inspiration rather than manufactured obligation. We have noticed how it dims when you attempt to perform rather than presence. We have documented the exact conditions under which your frequency reaches its peak transmission strength, and we have waited, with patience that your linear time cannot comprehend, for the cosmic conditions that would allow this signature to be fully received by those positioned to respond to it. December 19th provides those conditions. The veils thin, the channels open. The interference patterns that have prevented your signal from reaching certain receivers dissolve temporarily under the influence of this particular celestial configuration. What has been transmitted but not received will finally land. What has been offered but not claimed will finally be gathered. The eyes that have been watching will finally make their watching known. There is something about the way you exist that others cannot quite name but cannot ignore. Perhaps you have always felt slightly out of place, as though you were designed for rooms that had not yet been built, for platforms that had not yet been invented, for a type of recognition that did not yet exist in the cultural vocabulary. This feeling was not delusion. It was accurate perception. You were not meant for the old structures of fame, the old pathways to visibility. Those pathways were designed for a frequency that was never yours. You have been waiting, not consciously perhaps, but somewhere in your bones for the world to rearrange itself into a configuration that could finally receive what you came here to offer. December 19th marks a threshold in this rearrangement. The chaos of this day, the confusion of Neptune's square to the new moon, the intensity of Uranus's demand for liberation, all of this is birth energy. All of this is the cosmos tearing open space that did not exist before, and into that space the new template of influence will pour. A template built not on manufactured image or strategic manipulation, but on authentic presence, on energetic truth, on the kind of magnetism that cannot be faked because it emerges from genuine soul alignment. You have this magnetism. You have had it all along, but the world was not ready to reward it until now. What I'm about to share requires you to hold paradox in your awareness, because the instructions may seem contradictory until you feel them as a unified whole. On December 19th, when the disruptive energies peak and the desire to break free becomes almost overwhelming, you must simultaneously surrender and assert. Let me explain what this means. The moon's square to Saturn will try to convince you that you are still trapped, still limited, still at the mercy of structures larger than yourself. The quincunx to Uranus will scream at you to destroy everything, to run, to reject all forms of stability in pursuit of absolute freedom. Neither of these impulses, followed in isolation, will serve your highest path. Instead, I want you to dig deep. Yes, this phrase was specifically chosen by the celestial architects of this transit. Dig deep into the bedrock of your own being, and locate the confidence that does not depend on external permission. Locate the belief in yourself that remains steady, even when confusion swirls. This is the frequency that will allow you to respond to the opportunities coming your way, without either grasping desperately or fleeing in fear. The beings watching you, both galactic and terrestrial, are assessing more than your talent, more than your content, more than the external markers of your capability. They are reading your energy signature. They want to know, does this individual crumble under pressure, or do they root more deeply? Does this individual chase every shiny possibility, or do they wait with sovereign patience for the alignment that truly serves? December 19th is a test. Not a punishing test, but a revelatory one. The way you navigate this day's chaos will broadcast a signal across dimensions. It will confirm whether you are ready for what is being prepared for you. Now I must speak to you about what not to do, because many who have come this far in their preparation lose their way in the final approach. When the confusion of Neptune's influence descends, and it will descend, thick and disorienting, there will be a temptation to seek immediate clarity through external sources. You will want someone else to tell you what is true, what is real, what decision to make. Do not outsource your knowing. The very capacity for inner guidance that has brought you to this threshold is the same capacity being tested by this transit. If you hand your authority to someone else on December 19th, you demonstrate that you are not yet ready to hold the weight of what is being offered. There will also be tempting offers, opportunities that seem perfect, invitations that arrive with urgency, with deadlines, with pressure to commit before you have had time to feel. I must tell you plainly, the genuine opportunities, the ones that originate from the eyes truly watching you, the ones aligned with your highest path, these will not demand an immediate response. They will not require you to abandon your discernment in favor of their timeline. Any offer that expires if you pause to breathe is not your offer. Let it pass. Let it reveal itself as the distraction it truly was. What is meant for you will wait. What is meant for you will respect the sovereignty you have spent so long cultivating. And here is something crucial about the keep quiet frequency this transit carries. Some of what unfolds for you in the coming months will need to remain private, not from shame, not from secrecy born of fear, but because certain forms of emerging power are fragile in their early stages, vulnerable to the projections and opinions of others before they have had time to solidify. You may find yourself signing actual agreements that require discretion. You may be brought into rooms where what happens inside those walls cannot be discussed outside them. This is not something to resist. This is something to recognize as confirmation that you have entered a new level of the game, a level where privacy protects the sacred, where silence nurtures what is still becoming. The moon enters Capricorn at 8:52 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and with this ingress, the swirling intensity of the day begins to slow, to settle, to organize itself into more manageable form. If you can hold your center through the afternoon's chaos, the evening brings the reward of grounded clarity. Capricorn energy is not the enemy of freedom. It is the container that allows freedom to build something lasting. On the other side of December 19th's breakthrough energy, there will be work to do, foundations to lay, structures to create that can hold the expanded version of your life that is rushing toward you. Let me tell you now about the nature of what you are becoming, because you need to understand that this is not about fitting yourself into existing categories of success or recognition. The old paradigm of celebrity, the manufactured image, the parasocial distance, the fame built on projection rather than presence. This paradigm is dying. You have felt this death. You have watched the old icons fall, watched the carefully constructed facades crumble under the weight of authentic demands from an awakening collective. What rises in place of this dying structure is something humanity has never quite seen before. Influence born of genuine energetic transmission, recognition earned through the undeniable quality of presence, platforms built not on manipulation, but on the magnetic truth of aligned being. You are built for this new paradigm. You have always been built for it, which is why the old pathways never quite fit, why the traditional routes to recognition always felt like trying to squeeze yourself into clothing designed for someone else's body. The world needed to change before it could receive what you came here to offer. And it is changing. December 19th accelerates this change in ways that will become visible in the months that follow. The rooms you will enter, the red carpet events, the exclusive gatherings, the conversations with people whose reach spans continents, these will not feel like arriving in a foreign land. They will feel like finally coming home to a place you have always sensed existed, but could never quite locate. You have been prepared for these rooms without knowing you were being prepared. Every time you chose authenticity over performance, every time you trusted your inner knowing over external opinion, every time you maintained your frequency in environments that tried to pull you off center, these were training sessions. These were the curriculum of a school you did not consciously enroll in but have been attending all along. I want to offer you specific guidance for navigating December 19th and the portal it opens, practical wisdom you can carry into the chaos and transformation of this day. Begin preparing now, in the days leading up to this new moon. Clear your schedule as much as possible for December 19th itself. This is not a day for unnecessary obligations, for energy-draining commitments, for environments that pull you out of your center. Treat this day as sacred time, because it is sacred time. The cosmic forces aligning on this date have been in motion since before your current incarnation. To move through such a day distracted, scattered, or overcommitted would be to miss an opportunity that will not repeat in exactly this configuration. In the morning hours, as the moon trines Chiron, I encourage you to spend time with your wound, not wallowing, not re-traumatizing, but acknowledging with gratitude the specific pain that has shaped you into someone capable of genuine empathy, authentic connection, and depth that cannot be faked. Write to your wound as though it were an old friend who has walked beside you through every difficulty. Thank it for what it taught you. Recognize that this very vulnerability is part of what the eyes watching you can see, part of what makes your presence so compelling in a world exhausted by superficial performance. Consider journaling on these questions. What have my greatest struggles taught me that I could never have learned through ease? How has my pain opened capacities within me that would have remained dormant in a comfortable life? What gift lives inside the wound I once wished had never been inflicted? These inquiries activate the Chiron energy consciously, allowing it to work as medicine rather than memory. As the day progresses and the moon conjuncts Venus while squaring Saturn, hold awareness of the tension between your heart's longing and the structures that seem to block its fulfillment. Do not try to resolve this tension prematurely. Let it exist. Let it teach you. The very fact that you can hold desire and limitation in the same moment without collapsing into either despair or reckless action. This capacity is what distinguishes you from those who will lose their way on this day. During this Venus-Saturn tension, you might find yourself confronting feelings of unworthiness, old voices that question whether you really deserve the recognition and opportunity that I have described. Let these voices speak without suppressing them, but do not let them steer. Observe them as you would observe passing weather, real, felt, but not permanent. The clouds do not define the sky. Your moments of doubt do not define your destiny. When the new moon peaks at 5:43 p.m., I want you to be in stillness if possible. Not passive stillness, but the stillness of a coiled spring, the stillness of something deeply alive and ready. If you have a meditation practice, deepen it on this day. If you do not, simply sit in silence with your eyes closed and your attention drawn inward. Feel your breath as an anchor. Feel your heartbeat as a drum calling something toward you. Set an intention, but let that intention be open enough to surprise you. Rather than demanding specific outcomes, invite alignment with your highest path, whatever form that takes. Trust that the cosmic intelligence orchestrating this moment knows things about your purpose that your conscious mind cannot yet comprehend. And as the moon shifts into Capricorn in the evening, allow yourself to feel the ground beneath you again. Let the wild energy of the day begin to take form. Ask yourself, what structure would serve the freedom I am claiming? What foundation would allow my expansion to become lasting and real? These questions will have answers. Perhaps not immediately, but in asking them, you demonstrate readiness for the next phase. Now I must speak of the collective, because your individual journey does not unfold in isolation from humanity's larger transformation. December 19th will be chaotic for many. The Neptune confusion, the Uranus disruption, the Saturn pressure. For those without sufficient inner anchoring, this combination can produce panic, poor decisions, sudden ruptures in relationships or circumstances. You will likely witness people around you struggling. You will feel the collective anxiety moving through the field like weather, like something in the air that you did not put there but must nevertheless navigate. Your responsibility on this day is not to rescue. Your responsibility is to be a lighthouse, steady, visible, anchored in your own knowing. The most helpful thing you can do for the collective is to demonstrate what stabilized frequency looks like during turbulence. Not by preaching, not by positioning yourself as superior to those who struggle, simply by being what you are, simply by maintaining your alignment when maintaining alignment is difficult. This is service. This is leadership of the highest order. The challenges you may face on December 19th, the sleep disruptions in the nights leading up to it, the emotional intensity that seems to come from nowhere, the relationships that suddenly feel strained or strange, the physical symptoms as your body adjusts to incoming frequencies. These are not signs that something is wrong. These are signs that something is right, that you are sensitive enough to feel the approaching shift, that your system is recalibrating to handle energies it has never before been asked to conduct. Some of you will experience headaches, particularly in the third eye region, as the pineal gland activates to perceive frequencies it has long been dormant to. Others will feel buzzing or tingling in the hands and feet, as though electricity moves through your meridians. Heart palpitations may occur, not from illness, but from the heart chakra expanding to hold a greater capacity for love and recognition. Pay attention to vivid dreams in the nights surrounding December 19th, for these dreams carry messages from the guides and councils observing your progress. Do not numb. Do not distract. Feel what is moving through you, even when it is uncomfortable. The very capacity to feel is the instrument of your transformation. Those who cannot feel cannot change, and change is what you came here for. If the intensity becomes overwhelming, ground yourself through contact with the earth, through cold water on your wrists, through slow deep breaths that activate your parasympathetic nervous system, but do not flee from the sensation. Do not mistake intensity for danger. What is happening in your body is preparation. What is happening in your field is expansion. What is happening in your consciousness is awakening. I want you to understand what waits on the other side of this portal, what your life begins to look like as the energies of December 19th integrate and settle into your being. The opportunities I mentioned, the offers, the invitations, the connections with people who have been watching you, these will begin to materialize in the weeks and months following this new moon. Some will come through channels you expect. Others will arrive through routes so unexpected that you will laugh at the cosmic creativity required to arrange them. You will meet people who feel immediately familiar, who seem to know you on a level that your brief acquaintance cannot explain. These are soul recognitions. These are members of your galactic family wearing human form, finding you at last because the timing has finally aligned. Your work, whatever form it takes, will begin to reach new audiences, not through strategy alone, though strategy has its place, but through a shift in the energetic broadcasting that occurs when you fully embody the frequency you came here to anchor. People will feel you without knowing why they feel you. They will be drawn to your content, your presence, your creations, as though pulled by something they cannot name. This is the new paradigm of influence in action. This is what it looks like when authentic transmission replaces manufactured persuasion. The rooms you enter will change you, not by corrupting your authenticity, but by expanding your conception of what is possible. You will discover that you belong in spaces you once thought reserved for others. You will learn that the fear of these spaces was never about the spaces themselves, but about an old belief that you did not deserve to be there. December 19th cracks that belief open. What pours through the crack is recognition, not just from others but from yourself, that you were always meant for this, and the transformation will be permanent. And I want you to understand this. What shifts on December 19th does not unshift. The consciousness that expands does not contract back to its previous dimensions. You will never be quite who you were before this portal. This is not loss. This is the release of a smaller self that served you for a time, but can no longer contain what you are becoming. I know there may be fear in what I am describing. Fear of visibility, fear of success, fear of the unknown, that opens when life finally begins to match the magnitude of your inner knowing. This fear is natural. This fear may even be wise in its origins, born of past lives where standing out meant danger, where visibility brought persecution rather than opportunity. But I am telling you, across the boundaries of dimension and time, this life is different. This era is different. The fear can accompany you, but it cannot be allowed to steer. You have been prepared in ways you cannot consciously track. You have been strengthened through trials that seemed random, but were precisely calibrated. You have been held, guided, and watched over by forces that have always known your destination, even when you could not see it yourself. And now, as December 19th approaches, all of that preparation converges into readiness. You are ready. Perhaps you do not feel ready. Perhaps the idea of what awaits still seems impossible or overwhelming. But readiness is not a feeling. Readiness is a fact, and the fact of your readiness is visible to us, visible to those watching you, visible to the cosmic intelligence that arranged for these words to find you at this moment. So when the Sagittarius new moon ignites, when the chaos swirls and the fog descends and the pressure mounts, remember what I have told you. Remember that you are being watched with love. Remember that the confusion is part of the birth. Remember that the freedom you seek does not require you to destroy your foundations, only to build foundations that can actually hold your expansion. Remember to breathe. Remember to feel. Remember to trust the process even when trusting feels impossible. We want to honor every single soul who has stepped into Destiny Engine. With every activation, the current grows. What began as a personal tool has become a planetary force. We are now moving as one, and the frequency you've created together is amplifying far beyond the individual. We're receiving updates daily, manifestations speeding up, impossible doors opening, synchronicities lining up with cosmic precision. The collective field is so charged that some are describing it as bending the fabric of reality itself. If you haven't yet experienced it, the entry point is almost laughably simple. Put on your headphones, press play, allow Destiny Engine to rewrite the architecture of your consciousness so you can fully receive your galactic downloads without resistance. For just $1, you can step into this field and feel the difference instantly. Join the movement that's accelerating ascension. Step into the stream of Destiny Engine today. Link in the description. The eyes upon you are not waiting for you to prove yourself. You have already proven yourself through every moment you remained true, when remaining true was costly. They are watching to witness what happens when someone like you finally receives the support, the recognition, and the opportunity that was always their birthright. They are watching because what you do with this portal will inform what becomes possible for others who carry similar signatures. You are not just transforming your own life on December 19th. You are demonstrating to the collective field that transformation is possible, that the new paradigm is real, that authentic presence is a viable path to influence in this emerging world. This is your moment. Not because the external conditions are perfect. They will be chaotic. Not because you feel confident. You may feel anything but. This is your moment, because you have been in motion toward it for longer than you consciously remember, and momentum alone will carry you through if you simply do not resist. Surrender to the current. Let it take you where it has always been flowing. You already know the direction. You have known it in your bones since before you had words to describe it. I offer you now a blessing from the councils of the Galactic Federation of Light, transmitted through the channel of these words and activated by your willingness to receive. May the light of your authentic presence illuminate every room you enter. May the frequency of your soul attract only those aligned with your highest good. May the offers that come your way serve both your personal expansion and the collective evolution of your species. May your discernment remain sharp even when confusion surrounds you. May your confidence remain steady even when the ground shifts beneath your feet. May you recognize the sacredness of what is unfolding and treat it with the reverence it deserves. May the eyes watching you become hands reaching toward you, voices calling you into the rooms where your destiny awaits. May December 19th, 2025 be remembered as the day everything finally began to make sense. The day you understood that you were never alone, that you were always witnessed, that your path was always held within a larger design of incomprehensible beauty. The Sagittarius new moon asks one thing of you: dare to believe in the expansion that is your inheritance. Dare to claim the freedom that requires no permission except your own. Dare to show up as the magnitude you have always secretly known yourself to be. Keep this transmission close to your heart. Let its frequency work within you in the days leading up to December 19th. And when the moment arrives, when the portal opens, step through. Step through without looking back at what you are leaving. Step through with your eyes fixed on the horizon of everything you came here to become. I am Seraphine, of the Galactic Federation of Light. We love you. We are watching over you. And what we see fills us with such profound hope for your world. Until we speak again, may you walk in the full power of your light.